It's my wife Janice, and I write a column for the Light magazine. It's a historical biography series. We're currently doing a trilogy on Dr. J.I. Packer and his mentor, Richard Baxter. J.I. Packer, who has served at Regent College since 1979, is an amazing Christian thinker and theologian who has literally shaped the Christian world globally. He's an amazing person. His mentor was Richard Baxter, who lived through the Black Plague in London of 1665. He'd only been married for 3 years to his dear wife, Margaret. Most of the wealthy people, including King Charles II, escaped from London, but the poor people were not allowed to leave. If they snuck out, then they'd be captured and sent back or forced to starve out in the fields. So Richard and Margaret Baxter fed those people and preached the gospel, and a revival broke out in the midst of this Black Plague. The people that used to mock the gospel were suddenly desperate for a revival touched these people. There was an amazing transformation. We're praying in the time of COVID-19 for a global awakening, a global revival, a global turning to Jesus. Dr. J.I. Packer, who wrote the amazing book Knowing God, and his mentor, Richard Baxter, are focused on the essentials of the gospel. We hear so often at 7 o'clock every night people cheering for essential workers, and that's wonderful. They're thinking, of course, of doctors and nurses and other frontline people. We as Christians also need to celebrate God's essential workers, not just for mortal life, but for eternal life. Dr. J.I. Packer and Richard Baxter were focused on the essentials. In essentials, unity. In non-essentials, diversity. In all things, charity. We need, in this time of essential workers, to get refocused on the essentials of the gospel. Will you join me in praying for such a revival?